For those who saying that the rapture isn't real, that God is not going to come back and get the Christians before he lays wrath on earth, you are blatantly lying and ignoring the fact that this same scenario has happened with Noah and the flood, and the story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where Lot's family had to go. I think it was Lot's family, right? Where they went to a specific place when they were safe, and then God rained down hell on Sodom and Gomorrah. Just like in Noah, this is what God does. You put the people who lived right in a safe place for this cosmic God to judge a specific land. He literally has been doing that. And he's going to do that. And I mean, he did that to Noah. Put him on a boat and then flood the earth, cleanse the earth. So now you guys aren't going to go to some land. You're going to go off planet, because this is the last straw. This is going to be the last ride. There's not going to be no more coming. There's going to be a new earth. So there's not going to be no, oh, Christians go to this certain mountain. So what God is going to do is going to be so big that Christians can't be on earth at all. So it's going to be far worse than the flood. It's going to be far worse than Sodom and Gomorrah. It's going to be like 1,000 times worse. To the point where, okay, God is basically saying, okay, guys, I can't have you on earth. What I'm about to do to this earth, since all this corruption and wickedness is going on earth, I cannot have y'all on earth. I'm really going to do some stuff here. I'm going to do some stuff. So I'm going to need y'all to come up and sit up here while I do what I need to do on earth. That's basically it. It's basically putting y'all in a weight room. He's like, okay, go down there, get the people, bring them up here so I can do what I need to do, because this is just getting out of hand. I just need to end it right now. That's basically what's going to happen. So sitting up there thinking that the rapture, which is a weird thing, that you think that God will come back and strike wrath on his own people also, that doesn't make sense. That does not make sense. Okay, the rapture is real. People are quite literally going to disappear off the face of this planet, and they're going to try to make it seem like it's an alien invasion. And they're going to say, yeah, the aliens took the Christians. Then there's going to be some sinners who's going to be like, why would the aliens only take sinners? Y'all are lying. This is the rapture that they were talking about. And then this is when they convert, and then, yeah. But people will ask, what happens if you get left behind during a rapture? You're going to have to die by some drastic way. Okay. You didn't believe God. You didn't believe God with the Christians. So the fact that you now know that God is real right after the Christians disappeared off the face of the planet, yeah, you're going to have to endure the burden that Jesus did. So, if a tsunami may happen, you may get hit by a tsunami. You may just get hit by, or you know what I'm saying? If there's I don't know, they may nuke a city or something, you may die from some debris. Now this is just speculation. Okay, I don't know if it's going to happen to where, the Christians that get left behind, they're also going to be put in a safe place. I don't know. I don't really know how God works in that aspect. I mean, I'm sure if you ask and beg for mercy, he's not going to allow you to die in a crazy way. I don't know. I don't know, I'm not a future person, I'm only a human. So I don't know how God is going to think in the future, if it's going to be like, well, you should have listened to me in the first place. You can't just, you know what I'm saying? You can't just renege and be like, oh, nah, God protect me. No, you ain't believe me in the first. But God is very merciful. So I don't think he would do that. But I don't know, though. I don't know. All I know is if you didn't get taken up with the first wave, then you're not going to die peaceful. You're not going to die peaceful. You're just not. Because now that you've witnessed a supernatural experience, you've now witnessed a supernatural experience that has converted you into Christianity. Yeah, you're going to have to endure a great sacrifice. It's like a you're welcome type thing. Because really, God could literally just take his people out and kill the rest of the sinners. Like, he could just do that. But since he knows that there's people since there's people that aren't Christian, but they are good people. You get what I mean? They are good people. So since he knows that, he's like, okay, I'm going to give y'all a chance. Okay, we're gonna make all these Christians disappear. Make y'all scare y'all. We're gonna scare y'all, cause bro, you gotta realize this, right? If I'm driving it, dude, you've got to realize, bro, humans are making the earth function. They're making societies around the world functions, right? So there's going to be no planes, no stores open, there's going to be cars on the street, people robbing stores. It's going to be like the Purge. There's going to be no president, no cops, no nothing. So if you get killed or if you get stabbed, you can't call the ambulance, nigga. It's literally going to be the Purge. It's literally going to be the Purge. And I honestly think when the Christians get raptured up, I truly think this is when the Bigfoots, the dogmen, they're all going to come out the woods. They're all going to come out the woods. I think this is what they're waiting on. Dude, oh my gosh, bro. This is the craziest. I'm about to listen. If you read articles and watch videos about these supernatural creatures that live in the woods, right? Dogmen, the Bigfoot, Sasquatch, all Nephilim, giant, whatever, the mythical creature, the cannibalistic dogman, like I just said, skinwalker, whatever you want, whatever cryptid you can ever think of that you think is living in the woods. These things are real, by the way, right? If you watch these videos, they will tell you that the dogmen and all these supernatural creatures that we talk about, like Bigfoot and stuff like that, they are actually intelligent. They aren't stupid creatures. They're not like animals. They're smart. Okay? These dogmen, they said, this isn't coming from me, but they said that these dogmen, these Sasquatch, Bigfoot, whatever, they said that they're waiting on a specific time. That is the time when the Christians leave Earth. That's the time. They're going to come out the woodworks. It's going to be it's going to be, dude, I mean, it's going to be a global mass, bro. People are going to go crazy. Mothers are going to go crazy because their baby just disappeared. Well, the baby just went to heaven. But they don't know that. There's going to be millions of mothers disappearing. There's going to be millions of parents who are Christian that are going to disappear from their child that didn't live right. There's going to be teachers, mailmen, police officers, air spacemen. There's going to be, bro, the world is not going to function anymore. Security officers that's going to go up to heaven. It's going to be every man for themselves once Christians are. I'm going to say this one thing. If you see any sinner blaspheme any Christian, I need you to pray for a sinner, because sinners don't understand that literally the reason why this country and why this whole world hasn't gone up into flames is because of Christians. The reason why right now you can lay down and go to your bed and enjoy the things that you enjoy is because of Christians. You are literally right now, every single one of you is being protected by Christians and the love of Christ. So if that's the case, what happens when all the light beings, which are the Christians, when they leave? Darkness gets left behind here. Oh yeah, it's going to be bad. It's going to be so bad. It's going to be like the purge. People running into it's literally going to be like arc raiders. You're going to have to survive. There's going to be no, you can't look on a phone and look up recipes. You literally have to go back to square root one. Like you have to, or you have to figure out how to make your own food. It's going, bro. We're going to be set back, dude. And then when the whole world is in mass hysteria, then that's when they're going to implement this one world government. And I'm pretty sure at this point, Trump is going to, like I said, Trump is going to be dead at this point. So there's going to be no Trump, right? Dude, this is, I mean, I hope y'all are prepared. Even though I know you're not prepared, I know you're not prepared. Because you don't understand. Even I don't understand. None of us understands. None of us knows. So that's why when it happens, it's going to be so dire, so big, so it's going to blow our mind. It's going to happen so quick. It's going to be like, it's going to be so crazy. The Bible even says this, bro. The Bible, if you read it, it's going to say in Revelation, what you about to see is going to make men's hearts fail. It's going to make your heart, what y'all about to witness, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be something that y'all have never seen before. So the fact that we're all kind of like relaxed right now and we're not really expecting, you know what I'm saying? We're all kind of like low key relaxed. You know what I mean? Even though there's a lot of stuff going on, we're low key relaxed. We're going to work. We're not really, we're not really worried about something cosmically happening. But yeah, that's the point. Like, yeah, God likes to do that. He likes to do that. I'm sure during when everything was happening during the flood and stuff, the same thing was happening. Like, even though there were Nephilim that were around the earth, there were people like sinners and the most wicked people chilling, just chilling. It was just like another day, like like today, me just getting up, going to work, come back home, just doing the same thing. It probably was like that, just another day. And then boom, out of nowhere, water just out of nowhere. And now you're just like, dude, what? I thought today was about to be a regular day. Yeah, no, yeah. So you can take that up with a grain of salt.